from our first group, I would imagine that not PTSD would be the rule and not the exception. Just because that was 2004, 2005, and that was really when the IEDs started to kick off. We had one platoon that was down in Najaf and in Fallujah. It was full-on combat for a year. I think it was about 90 days in country before we got our first day off.
I'm so honored to work on this project. Being a veteran myself, coming from a family of veterans, this subject matter is near and dear to my heart. To me, there is no other important story facing the lives of young men and women who have had these experiences, who have gone to war and come back, and who are trying to deal with things that had happened to them in a foreign country. I can't think of anything that's more difficult. This readjustment, this coming back, this reinventing yourself.
I think the most rewarding thing about this kind of theater making is that there is a certain level of demystifying of the arts. I think there's something to say about how we create this window into another person's life through the arts, and giving people who would never have had an opportunity to speak on stage or participate in a production, and finding out what it was like for them to actually have this artistic experience while still within the storytelling of their own life, their own community. And then to realize that the people who get to look inside this window get an opportunity to see another person's life, and no longer look at a culture or a community on the surface level, that these are real people, real lives with real stories. And I think when we can create a kind of reality on stage that people get a chance to observe and get involved in as audience members, we create this compassion and this deeper understanding that we're all kind of dealing with the same similar situations, and that brings us together as human beings.
For them, a lot of them didn't understand that it affected everybody, really. That even us older guys were affected too, and we were afraid. And it's okay to be afraid, and it's okay to need help for what you're doing, or to help you deal with emotions. But they don't seem to be as good at. You compartmentalize in a combat zone, but you can't leave it there. It has to be processed. And I think the older you are, the better you are to take that out of the room and process it and deal with it, because it has to become part of your experience. You have to take it so it's no longer painful, and make it something that you can use on an everyday basis. Make it part of your collective experience, and make it not painful anymore.